The following web series depicts the real life and times of Lyrical Storm between 2013 and 2019. These unscripted events are not in chronological order. This is your boy Lyrical Storm, and you are watching Behind the Lyrics only on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 2. This is your boy Lyrical Storm. I'm about to basically get into my street performance Gambit. And right now, this is my day off. I'm checking out the Lakers versus the Pistons. Two of my favorite players are supposed to play, but LeBron James is hurt. He has a groin injury, so got some highlights. Check it out right now.
For the basket, Kyle Kuzma.
20 seconds.
Blake Griffin. Three-pointer, Blake Griffin. Galloway.
Now, if you ever been to a Laker game, it's always a good thing if the team that we're playing against scores under 100 points and we score over 100 points, because everybody get free tacos. So when you heard those boos, it was because we didn't get free tacos. And one of the craziest things you're going to experience is coming into the game and out of the game. It's always crazy traffic at Staples Center. Since I like sports, that's the reason why I perform outside Staples Center. I like listening to the games. I even go to the games. I went to almost every last team's game. I've been to Sparks games, Lakers games, Kings games, and I'm pretty sure before the end of this next season, I'll go to a Clipper game. I wish I would have been. I wish I would have been able to catch Blake Griffin because he's actually my favorite NBA player right now, but I missed him before I left. So I'm looking forward to any Laker game or Clipper game when the Pistons come into town to play so I can catch them. Quick question. What do you think street performing really is? Now, is it a professional artist or upcoming artist begging for money, or is it something else? Now, I can tell by the way that people tip me, by how they react to my music, and basically how I live, what they think about me. I've been street performing for around 4 seasons out at Staples Center at 12 and Figueroa, that corner. And in that time, I've studied and learned a lot. The most important thing I've learned is basically if I have a hot single or not when I'm making my music. Since I compose my own beats live, later on I come back with the lyrics to the song and I play it in front of people. And on a given night, Staples can sit over 20,000 people. My speaker has the power over 30,000 watts, so that's basically over a 2-block radius. People can listen to my music. The spot that I perform at, I generally believe I interact with over 5,000 to 8,000 people on any given night. So with all that said, let's cut out the fake people, the ones that just want to be seen, and let's get down to the real market of my market, the people who work real hard and looking for some entertainment, and people who just want a family fun interaction. Those are the people who basically listen to my music, and that's what I get to feel when I'm performing out here. So I believe 500 to 1,000 people will give me an honest review of my music when they listen to it as I street perform. Most would think that would bring me hundreds every night, maybe even thousands, but to be honest, it doesn't. So besides getting tips, there's 7 other things that I do as I street perform, as a professional street performer. And I'm about to get into that right now. I do a multitasking effort of creating content like the stuff that you see right now that don't come out of anywhere. You also see me out here practicing, playing my instrument. I'm also live composing beats on the spot. You see me marketing with all of my products that I have available and giving people the opportunity to freestyle with me. What this does is create word of mouth advertising and not to mention just entertaining people. This can lead to bigger things that I do down the road. So when I'm just out here street performing, it's more than just one thing. It's actually 7. Out here doing another night of street performing and got some good tips tonight. So surprisingly, because I'm not outside Staples Center doing a sports event. Now anybody can be a street performer, anybody can pluck a string, but to be memorable, to make people really want to be around you, I think you got to have a really good gimmick. So I only performed for 2 hours and got 2 $20 tips plus a few ones, probably get around 50, 60 bucks. So that's not bad for 2. So one thing I try to do is when I get my money is as a street performer, you don't want to carry around a lot of cash because people are going to try to hit you up, or when you out some other place and they know where you're going to be at, they might try to rob you. So as soon as I get it, I put it in the bank. It's the safe way to carry money is on your card, not in your hand flashing it. Now, when I first started the 12th on Fig guy thing, street performing on by Staples Center, the back entrance, I was actually on the opposite side of the street, performing diagonal from the 12th and Figueroa corner that I perform at now. And the reason for that was basically to scope everything out to see how everything went. And later on, as I'm going into my probably last year, my 5th year, I've journeyed over to the other side. On both sides, I think I make around the same amount of money each year. It's just getting people to recognize who I am when I'm doing what I do. And any street performer can perform, entertain people, but I wanted to take it to a whole nother level.
join the tribe. My life's perfect, hero making me smile. I need you here, come stay a while. Run away before I'm crossed like a real your plus. Got your rabbits in my arms as we discuss the finer things of life. We exit out our bucket list of reminisce without a doubt. Stay
Earth is the planet that I live on, yo. Rich through my soul, my blessings flow. I'm too real for madness that can pound your heart. While you're twisting my arm, that ain't smart. I'm peeping backstab like a mile away.
I wanted to take it up to a new notch, a notch I've seen no street performer do before, and that's by doing halftime updates. So I actually do halftime updates of the game, not the ending score to ruin the game, but a halftime update for anybody who's listening to the game like I am. If I'm not in the building to watch the game, then I have my sports radio where I can listen to the game. Lyrical Storm, giving you the last update of the season for the Lakers and Clippers.
This is the test. This is the test. This is the test. This is the test. Anywhere that you're playing, use your team on loyalty. I helping hand now. Choose wisely who to join the bees hype. Never list me first. That's the doubt. They doubt my thirst. Call me small time, steady in my shadow. One man moving, killing teams in battle. Some of us come up with some excuses.
You can go through shit, but you can go through shit. If the niggas say stay down, you can go through shit. I'm the hottest in the city. Listen to the words if you don't know. Nigga, now you heard. Look, you got your shorty over there. Look, real tough. I don't know. Your man looking kind of.
So I do this to let people know what's really going on, to remain an independent musician and entertainment brand and not signed to a record label, being something I'm not, so people can undermine my products and take my craft. Also to show the real tale of what's going on out here besides me just street performing. Everybody out here doing their own thing. One thing about being a street musician is I know I have my First Amendment right. It gives me the right to perform and do what I do for a living, spread my music to the ones who love it. And one thing I've seen being out here is a lot of street vendors that don't really know the rules and they try to do things their own way. And when that happens, law enforcement gets involved. Now, I'm all about sharing the block with people who's trying to hustle, but there's a proper way to do things, and when you don't do it the right way, things happen. So, not everybody can be out here. You actually have to have your stuff together. This will be my final season performing as a street performer at Staples Center. You can always Google Lyrical Storm and check me out. Next episode, we're going to talk about the music game and digital sales. Peace.